Welcome to Passion for the Pastime, where baseball lives 24/7, 365. Catch conversations with beat writers, broadcasters, current and former players of all levels. Now here's your host,
Walter Balsetta. Whoops, I fumbled. I got to get out of here.
Walter Balsetta.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Passion for the Pastime here on a Tuesday, right? It is Tuesday. I lost track of my days. Yeah, it's Tuesday, March 18th. Getting ready for some March Madness, so I'm going to talk some NCAA hoops with my guy Jack Loder here in a couple of minutes. Maybe not too much. We're going to focus on Giants. But what's up, everybody? Welcome on back to the podcast, Passion for the Pastime. Again, if you are a regular, if you are part of the Passion family, welcome back. Rockin', I see you in here. Mike Val as well. AJ Cruz, the usuals. Appreciate you guys always stepping up and being in here. First in the room today, I believe it was Mike Val. So shout out to Mike Val, who gave a great phone call yesterday. But today we're going to go ahead and pop up the lineup card, as I think it helped me out as much as it helped you out. I think it helped me out a lot more. But heyo, we'll say hello to everybody in the YouTube chat, which we are doing right now. Rockin' New Era, I see you in there. Appreciate all of you guys for stopping in. But they're in the two-hole, because the two-hole is the best spot in the lineup. We're going to go to our guy Jack Loder here in a couple of minutes. But just talking about the Giants, we have some huge news, which we're going to be talking about with Jack Loder. Jung Lee got some positive news from the MRI, because yesterday when we were discussing the MRI, we didn't really know what to think, because it kind of went from he slept wrong, it's a minor injury, to he's gonna get an MRI. It's just like, that is 0 to 100 real quick. It just happened way too fast, so it got us a little bit nervous. But I think we're okay. I think we're skating by. Sounds like Bob Melvin's expecting Jung Lee hopefully to be back by Friday. So we'll get into that, and then bracketology. I will break that down in a few minutes. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and welcome in our guest of the evening, rather. Jack Loder. Hold on, give me 1 second. Gotta pop you on the mic. And there goes Jack Loder of KNBR Digital. If you guys saw that post that he put out there with Denzel after the news of Jung Lee. Dude, oh my God.
That's how we all felt.
I think we felt like we dodged a bullet, right? I mean, for right now, we dodged a bullet for sure. But what's up, Jack? Good to see you on the pod, man.
Yeah, it's great to be back on PFTP.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
And we did dodge a bullet, right? Like, I'll jump right into it, because the Denzel gif was like, I feel like this is a summary of how all Giants fans are feeling. Like, we've been kind of conditioned to expect like bad news when it comes to injuries, when it comes to, player performance, prospect performance. And it's so I was partly braced for will be reevaluated in 6 weeks, like after type of 30-day DL.
Yeah.
So good to see that there's no structural damage. And I think the lack of details there is good, because I think they're just saying, hey, the meat and potatoes of it is he's good, and we expect him to play opening day in Cincinnati.
Yeah, dude. I think that the big cause for concern is that, I mean, the initial reports was that he slept wrong, right? And we were just like, all right, I mean, we've done that. I've done that. Hell, my back is killing me right now. I just got out of the hot tub. I'm feeling real good, by the way. He needs to get a hot tub. So get some masseuse. Like, I don't know. Like, get to work on Jung Lee's back if he's dealing with back issues. But yeah, so it kind of came out of nowhere as to he slept wrong, and then, Pavlovich came out and said that it's minor, and then we're like, all right, cool. And then an MRI was scheduled yesterday. We're just like, dude, what in the hell's going on? So to hear that there's no structural damage, we are really excited. I mean, that's great news going with Jung Lee, because he is somebody that I think when you're looking at this Giants team, I mean, you let me know, but when looking at this Giants team from last year, his presence was missed in center field defensively and in the lineup. I mean, he was starting to kind of put it together around Mother's Day, and that's when he ends up getting hurt, and there was a huge void. And then you see what he's doing in spring training. I mean, we're all excited about Jung Lee. We don't want any injuries to kind of hinder us from seeing him in 2025.
I think he got hurt so early that a lot of fans kind of forgot about the production that he was like able to give in the first 6-7 weeks of the season. He was a really strong outfielder. He was a really strong hitter. And I think he was, like you said, just trending upwards in the batter's box. And it's just an injection of kind of energy and freshness that had kind of been lacking in those last couple Kapler years following 2021. And I think to have him back, he, Willie Adames, Matt Chapman kind of, symbolize this new era of Giants baseball that we're going to see under Buster Posey. So it's super important to have Jung Lee in the lineup. And I really hope to see him in center field on opening day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put this out in the universe, but we were discussing last night on Passion for the Pastime where it was kind of like a doomsday situation. Like, this is the guy that you don't want to have go on the IL. I guess if it was to happen before the season started, to kind of fast track that process, okay, yeah, I mean, you'd take it, right? But we were kind of looking.
I wouldn't take it.
Well, no, I mean, you don't want it. You don't want it. But
yeah,
if there was a time to get hurt, it's before the season starts rather than in the middle of it, right? But
yes.
Just to get it all corrected. But when you're looking at the backup options for center field, and I know we don't want to throw this into the universe, but I mean, how confident are you in the backup options? I mean, it kind of was a slap of reality to where if Jung Lee isn't there, I mean, we saw it last year, but then once again, I mean, we're talking about Grant McCray, we're talking about potentially Mike Yastrzemski in center field.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the options are not good if Jung Lee isn't there.
Yeah, I mean, Grant McCray, who I think has a decently high ceiling, just hasn't proven anything, and he's probably not ready for an everyday center field role. That's why he's not going to be in it.
Right.
Yaz is Yaz. You know what you're going to get from Yaz.
Right.
That's not even really a dish because he's been a productive major league player, but you just know the ceiling there.
Right.
And then like you rotate maybe Tyler Fitzgerald, Luis Matos as an outfield rotation in terms of defense. I think you'd be all right. But the speed, the glove, the toolsy bag that Jung Lee brings is unparalleled. So I'm glad that he's not going to hit the IL at all. It looks like. But you're right. It would be good timing, and I think give him a few at bats here in the last 5 or 6 games down in Arizona before they come up for the exhibitions. Maybe play him for 5-6 innings in the exhibitions at Oracle Park that are taking place next week.
Yep.
But make sure, like you said, the Giants have much more resources than you and I. I think they have multiple hot tubs, probably better hot tubs than you. Well, no offense. Hot tub,
I would hope
so.
I
want no expense spared in the Jung Lee treatment.
Yeah, dude, get him the best masseuse that anybody could buy. But
absolutely.
Yeah, so Jung Lee, I mean, definitely that is we feel like we dodged a bullet there. But sticking with the outfield, right? Because that was one of the positions, the fourth outfielder rather. That was one of the positions going into spring training to where we were kind of seeing who would take it and grab it by the horns. I mean, a lot of people were hoping that it would be Grant McCray, right? Because of the speed factor and his defense, it's plus. So, I mean, he has a lot of range out there. Talking about a outfield consisting of Jung Lee and Grant McCray over there in Triples Alley. I mean, that is second to none. I mean, that's incredible range for both of those guys. But the fact of the matter is, Grant McCray kind of came on a little late in spring. He's still doing his thing. He worked a couple of walks the other day. So do you think that he still has an option or a chance of making this team, or is that kind of falling on Luis Matos and getting that fourth outfielder spot, or would you have it somewhere else? I think Luis Matos is probably leading in that category, but who would you give the fourth outfielder spot to?
I think Luis Matos has an edge. He's got more major league time. He's put up the big league production that McCray hasn't, and that's kind of automatically just a benefit of the doubt thing. Mm-hmm. As much as Matos has kind of had his ups and downs, I think just the accumulation of time, the accumulation of innings and at bats, and we saw the torrid stretches that Matos went on a couple times last year. I think there's a super high ceiling for him. Not that I don't think there is one for Grant McCray, but Matos just seems like a little bit more of a dynamic hitter.
Right.
And I think we have a chance to see both of them on the roster at some point this year. You could kind of decipher from my last answer. I'm not the highest on Yaz. I think he's been a great Giant, but I think he's definitely on the back, not even just the back nine, the back three of the better part of his career. And I wouldn't hate to see whether it's a trade or whether his production dips off to mix in some more innings for the Matoses and McRays of the world in that right field spot. I know some of that probably depends on how competitive the Giants are being, and obviously depends on Yaz's production. But if we see a summertime dip like we always have with Mike Yastrzemski,
Yep.
I'd love to see both those guys get a ton of run in center and right field.
Yeah, no, definitely those guys. I mean, that signifies the future, right? And I mean, we're talking about Buster Posey and this new regime. We're still trying to figure out how, like, what's the status quo or how they're going to go about business, right? Because looking at that, I mean, looking at Mike Yastrzemski, obviously he was a former teammate of Buster Posey, and it's unlikely, I think, that at this current juncture, I think that it's unlikely that he trades Mike Yastrzemski. Obviously, that can change if one of these guys are tearing it up in AAA and they want to free up space for Luis Matos. So it's going to be really interesting to follow that storyline, especially, again, with a guy that has played with Buster Posey. But switching over, I just want to get your thoughts because we've been talking about it and it's been discussed ad nauseum to a point on KMBR with the fifth starter, right? I mean, we're talking about the rotation. And last night we had a very spirited debate with the YouTube chat. I believe Mike Val called in and he got me all riled up to where I know that you are a sympathizer of Kyle Harrison, right? And I'm more on the side of a Hayden Birdsong and a Landon Roop of what these guys have been doing. I mean, how do you see that battle going right now with the number 5 starter for the Giants?
I'll say this: I'm a Kyle Harrison guy, but that doesn't mean I'm lost in Kyle Harrison.
You're not blinded by De La.
No,
yeah, you're not blinded. Yeah.
I love Kyle. I kind of got attached to Harrison when he was a young prospect.
Of course, yeah.
I remember
as we all do.
San Jose in 2021, throwing harder than he is now. And as a Bay Area high school kid, kind of a local prep from De La, you have to throw in a little papa there.
De La John, yeah.
De La John. It was easy to root for him, right? As I'm a Bay Area guy, you're a Bay Area guy.
Of course.
It's like this kid, I see he represents us, right?
Right.
And I still think, I don't think by any means is his career in trouble in a serious way, or if he's like a bust, but he is dealing with a lot more adversity at this point than I think we thought he would heading into his age 23 season as a high school draft pick. When he came on at the end of 23, he was so dominant. The fastball was there. He was fooling major league hitters. His home debut, famously, remember that against the Reds in August of 2023? He struck out, I think, 11.
Yep.
He was dealing. It looked awesome. And he showed flashes of that. I think last year, the length of a full 162 kind of got to him. And I think there's something genuinely mechanically wrong.
Right.
And it's either something in the way he delivers the ball or it's something that is wrong with his shoulder. But this kind of velocity dip at this age shouldn't be happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's got to, if he continues to struggle and the velocity continues to be down, although I guess it was a tick up in his last spring outing, but
yeah, I think he hit like 95.
The numbers weren't really there to go with it though, in terms of the quality of his outing. So if he continues to struggle, I think it'd be worth taking a look medically at everything, taking a real deep dive and seeing like, hey, like what a shoulder operation or maybe an elbow, like is something wrong with your shoulder? Why are you throwing 92 as a bigger, stronger 23-year-old? Why are you throwing slower than you were at 21 or 20? Like as when you were smaller and less physically mature. Like it doesn't make much sense. So I think Kyle Harrison could also benefit from a little bit of time in Sacramento. As crazy as that is to say, I don't think it's out of left field that you could say he should be starting for the River Cats on opening night.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be a really, really tough pill for him to swallow if it comes to that. But hey, he's not the first and he's not going to be the last guy to be humbled by Major League Baseball if that's the case. But objectively speaking, like Hayden Birdsong and Landon Roop are throwing the ball miles better than Kyle Harrison. And it would kind of be a slap in the face and a bad locker room move to put Harrison in the starting role above them right now because Birdsong is electric. Roop has put it together as a pro in a way that's been really impressive. I remember talking to him down at San Jose Fan Fest, kind of while he was waiting to go on stage with Marcus and Copes, and he was like, "I feel better than I've ever felt in my."
Right. Oh, hold on. I think I lost you. Jack. Jack was cooking. Hold on. Let's give it a second for Jack to come back. Nope, he is gone. Loder is gone. If Loder wants to jump back in on this, I will definitely hold the door open for him. There he goes. He's back. He is back.
That was Big Kyle Harrison cutting me off.
Yeah, dude. He's just like, we gotta cut this guy off. We gotta cut this guy off.
This is my investors. I say Kyle Harrison should go to Sacramento and they pull the plug.
Oh,
That's
dude,
unbelievable.
Yeah. The fix is in. They're just like, oh, you're talking trash about Kyle Harrison? No chance. Yeah.
What was the last thing you heard?
You were talking about him starting in Sacramento, and
did you hear me talk about Birdsong and Root?
A little bit, then it cut out.
Okay, I want to give them their flowers though, because
yeah,
those two kind of the antithesis of what Harrison's done in the spring. I've been throwing hard. I've been putting up nasty strikeout numbers, along with some other Giants pitchers, by the way, that has me really excited. But I think that some trifecta of Birdsong, Roop, and Jordan Hicks should be in that 4-5 spot. And I wouldn't hate Jordan Hicks as the 8th inning guy set. And I know you're paying a lot of money for that, but still, could be best.
I mean, honestly, we should be talking about the 4 and 5 spot if we're frankly being honest. Jordan Hicks has the better, I think, just to switch over to being in the bullpen. I think that it's an easier transition, obviously, because he's been in there before, and that opens up spots for Landon Roop and Hayden Birdsong. My takeaway from Jordan Hicks getting this opportunity is that I feel like his arm and his time for the Giants, I feel like it's expendable at looking at a Landon Roop and a Hayden Birdsong who are going to be along for the long term. They are the solution to the problem. I feel like Jordan Hicks isn't the solution. He's just kind of a guy that's here, and he's
younger than he's younger than you think.
He is. He's 28, right? He's kind of
maybe 27.
He might be 27. Yeah, he's definitely younger. So I don't want to put a slight on him in any way. With me making that statement, but I feel like Hayden Birdsong and Landon Roop are guys, obviously cheaper options, and they do, I feel, at this current point, have a brighter future than a Jordan Hicks. Jordan Hicks can definitely put it together, and I do think that he's going to have a good 2025. But again, just going back to the sake of conversation, I do feel like this should be a conversation not about the 5th starter. It should be the 4th and the 5th starter, to where Jordan Hicks would slot beautifully in there, like he said, at the 8th spot or in the 8th inning. High leverage situations to where he could just dial up and hit you with triple digits with ease, right? Instead of trying to stretch that out over 5-6 innings. So it's going to be definitely really interesting to follow that along for the Giants. Which, by the way, the Giants are playing right now. Mike Val told me that I think as we were talking, Mike Yastrzemski hit one. I don't know if it was a bomb, but he said 200 or 425 feet. It should be a homer, right? I mean,
gotta be a homer, of course.
It's got to be. They're playing at Scottsdale.
I don't know where they're playing.
I have no idea.
That sounds like a homer.
It sounds like a homer to
me.
I
think I've talked negatively about 2 players in this so far, and Yastrzemski hit a bomb in my face, and Kyle Harrison's camp disconnected my internet.
Yeah, dude. So definitely we just gotta get you talking about these guys, and they do good things. So tell me about Justin Verlander. What is he gonna do this year? What's your prediction for Justin Verlander? Seriously, looking at this, because we were kind of looking at his projections as coming in. And we're starting to see him dial it up to where he hit 96 miles an hour in his last start, and he only did that like 7 times last year. It's incredible stuff.
My expectations for Verlander have steadily kind of creeped up with each outing. I went from when we signed him,
all these starters too. All these starters, by the way.
Yeah, I kind of just when we signed him, I was like, okay, he'll fill up some innings. Yep. He'll be a great mentor. I still think he's going to be a great mentor, but I also am kind of supplementing that with an expectation of some dominant outings. Is he going to look like 38-year-old Justin Verlander, which I would absolutely take? He's obviously past his peak, but he's throwing 96 miles an hour. He says he's feeling physically great, and I think he's pitching with a chip on his shoulder too. He wants to prove to himself and prove to any other organizations that, hey, I can still do this, whether it's just for this year or for another couple of years, but on a prove-it deal with the Giants. I'm really stoked to see him take the mound in that 3rd game in Cincinnati on that Sunday and throw the ball, because he obviously has the pedigree, but I think he has rarely pitched with this kind of chip on his shoulder in his career, right? He's never really had a ton to prove at the big league level. He's finishing up a career of being genuinely one of the best 10 or so pitchers to ever do it.
Yeah.
So I think finding a way to get another little oomph, like F you guys,
Yeah.
in year 20
Yep.
is going to be valuable for the Giants. And whether he can stay healthy is a big variable, but if he's healthy, I'm expecting him to be a quality starter and one of the better starters in the Giants.
I think a lot of it is dependent on how this next question. I think a lot of it is dependent on how this season goes. But do you think that he is A, going to get the 300, and B, going to be the last guy to get 300?
What's he at right now?
He's at two. He has to get 38, so he's at 262, I believe.
So he's not going to get it this year.
He's not going to get it this year, but he said that he wants to go pitch until he's 45. So right, I mean, if you average it out, he has to get at least like 14 wins per season, right? Or maybe a little higher than that.
Well, that's probably another source of motivation for him. Because 300 wins is historic, and like you said, it is a dying milestone.
We'll be lucky if we see guys getting to 200.
200 is going to be the new 300.
That's crazy.
Like when I do the Immaculate Grid I do, sometimes I share it with you. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
One of the categories sometimes is 200 strikeouts, and like, there's not that many guys who have struck out 200 like after 1970.
Right.
Like, or sorry,
200 wins. 200 wins.
200 wins is what I meant. Sorry. 200 strikeouts.
I mean, it happens. It's a little more common, but I was gonna let you cook. I was just gonna let you go.
Yeah, I think our viewers will know. They'll know I'm not perfect.
No, dude, you're human. Again. Yeah, you're human.
It was the internet again.
No, you're good. You're good. You're still on my screen. Real quick, while I have you, a couple more minutes. We talked about the pitching situation and everything like that. Final roster prediction. Where do you see? I mean, we're talking about Luis Matos making it as the number 4 outfielder. Yeah. We're talking about. I mean, who did you say is the number 5 starter? Who would you give it to right now? It wouldn't be.
I would give it to. I would give it to Birdsong and Roop for the 4-5. Like, whether that's 4 or 5, I'm not sure, but like those two guys at the end of the rotation.
Okay.
And I think that I would think that is also what the locker room thinks, right? Like, and Bob Melvin should. I mean, Hicks has been throwing pretty well in spring too, I guess, but
he's been.
Hicks.
Right.
I just think Hicks is more valuable.
Yeah.
I think Hicks would do better in an 8th inning role than Rupert Birdsong would do in an 8th inning role.
Right.
So
for sure. I mean, you would trust.
So what would be the point of like would you just float Birdsong or Roop as like a spot starter somewhere, or do you maximize those two guys who are clear-cut starters and put Hicks in the bullpen? I mean, Roop has been good out of the pen. I'm kind of talking myself in circles here, but I think the most logical outcome is that the most logical thing from my standpoint is Hicks is a setup guy throwing 100 for 1 inning.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And maybe competing for a closer role if Duvall struggles again. Ryan Walker's obviously pretty good. And Ryan Walker who has the 9th, but like think about a Duvall, Hicks, Walker, like
it'd be disgusting.
7, 8, 9 in like any order. Like that's pretty good.
It'd be disgusting. And then you throw in Tyler Rogers in there, just screws up everything.
Who needs lefties?
Yeah, right. No,
where's Eric Miller?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's definitely really interesting. And then what you were talking about there with the maximizing these guys as getting them as starters. That's the big question, right? Because if they're not going to be a starter, if Landon Roop isn't starting on this team, if Hayden Birdsong isn't starting on this team, sure, they can make the 26-man roster and they can come out of the bullpen. Okay. But if you want them to get their arm strength up and you want them to get their reps as being a starter, I mean, that's kind of the conundrum that you're facing, right? That's the decision time for Buster Posey, to where for them to get their work in and for them to kind of morph into that level of what they think that they can be as next level starters, you might have to sacrifice them to go to Sacramento. But my whole thing is I don't feel like Hayden Birdsong or Landon Roop at this point. Entering spring, I felt like Hayden Birdsong could learn something from going to Sacramento. Right now, I don't think that that's the case. I think that he needs to be on the major league team. So it's going to be really interesting, man. But, real quick before we get into some more predictions for the 2025 season, just about this whole situation, right? Going back to 2 years ago when the Giants opened up opening day in New York, and David VR, and I know that he's a very obscure Giant. He's not going to be on the team anymore. He's running out of options. He's going to be somewhere else by the time spring is over. But David VR was a guy that was given the starting role, right? And
Yeah.
and then because of his performance, and then it was just taken away from him. And it's just like, nope, we got Wilmer there, and that was kind of the Farhan way of thinking.
Yes.
I'm curious to see how that way of thinking changes a little bit to where, I mean, they were talking about it in the same breath with Bryce Eldridge and saying, if he goes out there, Bryce Eldridge, right? If he goes out there and he proves that he forces our hand, we have no choice but to put him on this roster. We have no choice but
they
to
didn't
move
put a
forward
lid
with
on it.
Right.
Because why would you?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's them talking about Bryce Eldridge. The same thing could be said about these starters. They have gone out there and they have competed and they have earned a spot on this team.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hard sell. I mean, the vibes are really good right now. It'll be a hard sell, and I think Buster Posey is the guy to do it because they trust his vision, but it would be a hard sell if those guys aren't on the 26-man to start the year.
Yeah. You'd expect under Posey for it to be much more of a meritocracy and much more of kind of an old school, like, let's go with the hot hand.
Right. Exactly.
Like how much, I know it's obviously different roles, but how much like Bruce Bochy style are we going to see in Buster Posey and, by osmosis, Bob Melvin? So you kind of said it. Like if they want to really like signal a change in philosophy that's tangible from day one, that's what they'll do.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see those decisions, man. I know you got a couple more minutes here, so let me get your final thoughts really quick, just rapid fire. Win total for the Giants, because we're getting close to opening day. We're single digits now, dude. I'm so hyped, and I'm getting FOMO. I told you about it when I was leaving. MLB 25 came out. I'm seeing all the rosters. I need this game. I'm gonna go buy it after we finish this podcast. But baseball right around the corner. Give me your win prediction for the Giants. How much are they winning this year?
I'm more optimistic than I think most people. I think they're going to win 87 games. I think it's going to be 87 and 75.
Is that a playoff? Is that a playoff team though? Is that a playoff team?
That's second or third wild card.
All right, I like it.
That's a new.
Say it with your chest,
Jack.
Say it with your chest. Yeah.
Well, when you and I were growing up, that would not have been a playoff team.
No.
But since Manfred decided to water down the MLB playoffs,
hell yeah, dude, yeah.
The Giants will be a playoff team at 87 and 75. I think they are going to tremendously benefit this season.
Yeah.
From the new schedule format, which where you play your division less. Like, if they had to play 55 games against the Dodgers, Padres, and Diamondbacks, that would be in real trouble. I'd be in the low 80s or 70s. But they don't. Instead, they're going to go play the Tigers. They're going to go play the Royals. They're going to go play the Blue Jays, like bad AL teams, the Angels, that they, instead of playing the NL West teams for that 5th and 6th series, they're going to play that against bad teams that know them less, and some good teams, but you got my drift. Like that in a really strong division, that is a huge, huge advantage. So I think they're going to take advantage of that. I also think they're going to be really good in one-run games.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a very situationally sound Giants team. I think it's going to be a very defensively sound Giants team. Not quite as good as that 21 team, which had a disgusting one-run game record, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But I think if the Giants can win 2/3 of their one-run games or more, that's the difference between 87 and 82 wins. Like, be clutch, win late. Let's have some walk-offs at third and king. So I'm a little more optimistic, but it is contingent on that. And again, I think they're going to benefit from the new schedule where you don't play everyone in your division 6 times, you play them 4.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see more games against the Rockies. That's just my input on that.
Yeah,
but,
true.
Hey,
that's a drawback.
You can't. Yeah, that's the drawback. But hey, you can't be picky with these things. But Jack, really appreciate you stopping by the podcast. I think this is your second time, right? Second time on the
my second time
on the pod. Hell yeah, dude. We'll keep doing it during the regular season. Really appreciate you taking the time, bro. I will let you out of here. And I'll see you in the bullpen tomorrow.
Yeah, this was fun.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, that is Jack Loder. Let me go ahead and switch this off. Oh no, everything's blowing up. All right, we're good. We're good.
We're good.
Yeah. All right, Jack. I'll see you, dude. All right, so that is Jack Loder. Appreciate you guys. I scared everybody with the intro again. It just freaking went nuts. But we are all good to go. We are talking some Giants baseball here. That was Jack Loder. He knows his stuff for sure. Sorry for rupturing everybody's eardrum with that one. Let me go ahead and pull up the lineup card really quickly because we said hey-o. Actually, you know what? We didn't really say hey-o to everybody. I will cross it off, but I will go out to the YouTube chat because I miss you guys. I haven't talked to you guys. I've been talking to Jack Loder for 30 minutes. 30 minutes too long, if you ask me. No, I'm just kidding. Jack definitely knows his stuff. Love talking ball with that guy. So, if you guys approve of Jack Loder and you guys approve of the Eric Engels and the Danny Dunns, those are going to be some mainstays, going to be some regulars here on the pod. I still haven't had Austin Scottsdale on, which he's probably playing some pickup basketball currently at this moment. So we definitely got to have Austin Scott. Got to get everybody that is associated with the bullpen area. Because we have great conversations. Got to bring it to the podcast 100%. Jack Loder is one of those guys. So that is Jack Loder of the KNBR Digital Department. He knows his ball. So it's definitely a lot of fun every time that he stops by the podcast. But let's go out and say hello to everybody. Tacky said that he couldn't kick it tonight. Didn't want to deny the world. Okay. Thank you, Tacky. Appreciate him stopping by. Pat H., I see you in here as well. R. Galvin, see R. Galvin in here. And I said Pat H. Otis Bird, what's up, Otis? My favorite in the YouTube chat. What's up, man? Good to see you in here as well. Mike Val said hello to you. Rockin', I think, said that he was going to go pump some iron, which I do expect. I do expect to see some videos and some pictures from Rockin' here if I don't have it already in my in my inbox on X. Let me go ahead and pull it up, and I do not have any pictures from Rockin' currently. But let's see what Tacky was talking about. Oh, he's talking about opening day. There will be opportunities, Tacky. There will be opportunity. I know Tacky's not in here, and I'm just talking to everybody about the conversation that me and Tacky were having off the podcast. He wants to meet Papa. I'm gonna get him a drink. I'm gonna take shots of Jameson. We'll do that at another date. I will definitely hook that up because they're gonna be out there not every Wednesday day game, but I was looking over the schedule. If you guys care to know, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up really quickly. If you guys want to have a meet and greet with Papa, I'll probably show up at the ball game a little bit later. I won't be out there anymore because I'm on the board. But Silver will be out there. Papa will be out there. It'll be a fun time for sure. But the first time that they'll be out on the patio is what Tacky was talking about. That'll be April 9th, I believe, is the first time that they'll be out there on the patio. That is against the Cincinnati Reds. They'll be out on the field, I believe. If it's anything like years past, they'll be out on the field on opening day on the 4th for Papa and Silver. But they'll be on the patio at 58 Social on the 9th, and then they won't return to 58 Social until the Diamondbacks come to town on the 14th of May, and they might do KC. They might do KC. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but I believe that they're going to do the 14th and the 21st back-to-back weekday day games on a Wednesday in May. They won't be doing the 24th in April when the Brewers come to town because that is the NFL draft. So what's up, everybody? Good to see all of you guys in here. It's been a fun time so far. Going to wrap up here shortly, but Otis Bird, wow, thanks, Walter. Appreciate it, man. No, dude, Otis, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you showing up every single day. I appreciate everybody showing up every single day. It's definitely a fun time here on the podcast. I hope you guys have as much fun as I do talking some sports, talking some Giants baseball with you guys. Who raise a hands? Who woke up at 3:00 in the morning? No, bullshit. I did not. I woke up at 3:00 in the morning. Not to watch the game. I had to go use the restroom. But I did not watch the game. I woke up. I kind of opened my phone. I looked at it. I was just like, all right, cool. They're playing baseball in Japan, and I went back to sleep. Not gonna lie. I did watch the game on my BART ride there, and I was getting ready for the shows. I did watch some of the game, and I did see that it was 4-1 in the 8th inning. At one point, I woke up. I think that was like at 5:45 in the morning or something like that. I did not get up to watch it, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did tell you I was going to. I attempted to. But you know what? Hey, couldn't do it. I value my sleep rather than watching the freaking Dodgers. And they won. You know how pissed off I would have been if I woke up, got ready to watch that game, and the Dodgers won 4-1. Like, why would I do that to myself? Why would anyone do that to themselves here in the YouTube chat? But yeah, let me know if you guys got up and watched that. Papa was telling me about his experience watching the game at 3 a.m. I was just like, oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. I was like, I did not wake up. He's like, oh, you motherfucker, why didn't you wake up? I would have texted you. So Papa's probably going to text me tonight if he's watching the game live again because he's a psycho. But all right, everybody, welcome into Passion for the Pastime. It's been a fun time. 36 minutes in. We just talked to Jack Loder again. We're going to be talking to Jack Loder throughout the regular season. We're not going to make it a regular thing, but we'll be talking to him periodically. Get a couple of check-ins. 87 wins. That's a hell of a prediction. You know what? I haven't made my prediction yet. I got to talk to people who know, right? And Jack Loder is one of those guys. So I got to get all my predictions lined up and maybe get a average of what everybody's telling me. But what do you guys think in the YouTube chat? Let me know what you guys are thinking on the Giants win total. We'll definitely do this and dive into it next week as we get closer to opening day. As the rosters are finalized, we're still finding out about Jung Lee, which is what we're going to talk about here on the lineup card. You guys can see it there on my left. I guess you're right. I don't know, sense of direction. But Jung Lee, we got a couple of good news earlier today as to what happened with his MRI. Again, yesterday we were kind of talking doomsday as to what the hell is going to happen with center field, with that position. And then I looked at the lineup today, and I told it to Silver, and I told Papa during the show because the lineup came up. Mike Yastrzemski was hitting third. It was Lamont Wade Jr., Willie Adames, then Mike Yastrzemski. I was just like, dog, no. Like, I can't do that. I know that Elliot Ramos was playing in the other game, I think against the Rockies, which I believe starts right now. It's kind of staggered to where Elliot Ramos and company. I think Tyler Fitzgerald is in that game as well. Keaton Wynn, I believe, is on the mound for that game, pitching against the Rockies. And then for the Giants taking on the Padres, Robbie Ray is pitching in that game. You got most of the starters in that one. I think Encarnacion is over playing at where do the Rockies play? I don't know, somewhere in Arizona. I forget the city. But yeah, so looking at that, Elliot Ramos, I think that he'd probably be the three guy. I would not want to have Mike Yastrzemski there. And that's why this Jung Lee thing, it has a trickle down effect. Not only does it affect your defensive output, your defensive capabilities in center field, that also affects right field, affects left field. I mean, he has a lot of range, right? So that's why when looking at who can fill in, and we were talking about it with Loder, we talked about it last night as well. Grant McCray is one of those guys that can go in there and he can give you the defensive capabilities of a Jung Lee. He might even be able to play a better center field than Jung Lee. I don't know if that's too far of a stretch, but he can go out there and play at a much higher level than a Mike Yastrzemski or a Luis Matos, or hell, even a Elliot Ramos in center field as being an option. So you look at that, you would want to have Grant McCray if Jung Lee wasn't there just for a defensive aspect, and that's a huge thing with Jung Lee's game. Now the speed with Grant McCray, I think you get a slight upgrade on the base paths because he's able to he's more aggressive on the base paths than a Jung Lee, at least from what we've seen so far, and it's a very, very, very small sample size. We already know that the Giants coaches and Jung Lee, they have a different mentality about being aggressive on the base paths going into 2025. So we could see a different version of Jung Lee as the 2025 season comes up. But that's about it, because Jung Lee can get on base. Grant McCray can't do that, so you take a huge hit. I mean, you might just say chalk at playing defense and maybe a little bit of an upgrade on the base paths, at least from what we know. But offensively, Grant McCray is a downgrade at that point. So I guess it comes down to, if Jung Lee can't go, and we'll give you the official update. I'll pull it up here on my phone, so I'm not just blowing smoke out my ass. But so looking at Jung Lee, offensively, he's in the third spot for a reason. He has the bat to ball skills that you want for someone hitting in the 3 hole to keep the line moving, to set up Elliot Ramos, to set up Matt Chapman, to set up Encarnacion, and to potentially hit in Elliot, or not Elliot Ramos, Willie Adames, and potentially, Lamont Wade and whoever else is on base, because that's what Jung-Hoo Lee does. He gets the ball, the bat on the ball, and that is maybe his best attribute that he's able to go out there and do. But let me go ahead and pull up the news on Jung-Hoo Lee really quickly. I didn't have time to put, because I was in the hot tub, just to let you guys know. I don't know if you guys saw that. I don't know if you guys saw that with at the beginning of the show. I kind of threw it in there as we were getting Jack ready to go. I was in the hot tub, dude. I was having the time of my life, but I had to come talk to you guys on the podcast and let you guys know about that hot tub, which I recommend. For my back is feeling fantastic now. I recommend for Jung-Hoo Lee. I do think that obviously the Giants can get him a much better hot tub than I could afford. But they got to get him the masseuse. They got to get him the hot tub. They got to get him those hot coals, right? You put on your back to kind of activate it. Do whatever you can to get Jung-Hoo Lee ready for opening day. But really quickly, the update on Jung-Hoo Lee and that back. The positive is that he is not going to, or he does not have structural damage. This is from John Shea, but Susan Slusser had it as well. A lot of the beat writers, Alex Pavlovich as well, but I'm reading off of John Shea just because it's a little more lengthy. But good news for the Giants. Jung-Hoo Lee's MRI for his back showed no structural damage, and he will resume with treatments. So yeah, also get him a new freaking mattress. If he slept wrong, and this is, I mean, we're talking about jeopardizing opening day. Get him a new mattress, get him a spa, get him a masseuse, get him this hot stones, whatever the hell you need to do. Get it right for Jung-Hoo Lee, 100%. But okay, so let's go ahead and go a little bit further. This is Susan Slusser. She spoke with Bob Melvin about Jung-Hoo Lee, and Bob Melvin says that he thinks that Jung-Hoo Lee might be able to play Friday. So that is progress. If he thinks that if he plays in 3 of the final 5 games, he'd be good to go for the opener. So that is going to be a storyline to follow for the rest of spring training, for sure. I mean, we're coming down to the final week here, final week before the Giants come back, and their final game in Arizona is against the Diamondbacks, I believe, on this Saturday, and then they come back and play against the River Cats, the AAA team, which, Kyle Harrison might be the starter on that game. Who knows? And then they come and play a couple of games in San Francisco at Oracle Park, and they will be playing against the Tigers. So that is the exhibition series, and then they fly off. They're off on Thursday, and that'll be their travel day. Or I'm sorry, they're off Wednesday. That'll be their travel day to Cincinnati, where they will play opening day. It'll be Hunter Green on the bump with Logan Webb taking the bump, or taking the ball for the Giants in his 4th consecutive opening day start that ties Tim Lincecum. And I believe it's 1 behind Madison Bumgarner, maybe 2 behind Madison Bumgarner. I think Bumgarner maybe had 6, maybe it was 5. I can't remember the exact number for Madison Bumgarner opening day starts. But yeah, no, you guys really appreciate everybody stopping by. But Jung-Hoo Lee, that is your Jung-Hoo Lee update. Rockin's workout sucked, so that's good to know. Rockin, I was telling everybody I need the videos. I'm gonna pop it up here. So get me those videos as soon as you can, and I'll pull them up tomorrow. It might be a little bit more of a hard to do it on the fly to get those videos up. But Rockin, send me some videos. I need to see your form, bro. I need to see that you're doing things properly. But good to see that you survived the workout. That's the thing. You survived the workout, so you're doing things right, for sure. But Jung-Hoo Lee, it looks like things are trending up. We're excited for that. I do want to hold out hope that he is still on this opening day roster, because what we were talking about with Loder when he was on Loder Management, when we were talking about Jung-Hoo Lee, I mean, the options, last night we were kind of talking about the doomsday scenario it's not good. It's not good after Jung Lee. You're not going to get a guy that can do what he can do all in one package, to be an offensive threat and a defensive, more than defensive capability in center field. It's definitely going to be felt throughout this Giants team if Jung Lee is not there. You got to keep the vibes vibing, man. That's the thing. You got to keep the vibes vibing. Jung Lee, I think, is 100% a part of that aura, part of that vibe check for the San Francisco Giants. But let's go out to the YouTube chat really quickly. Before I bring up bracketology, I want you guys to dig into your bag. Think about this question. I'm going to go out to the YouTube chat, but think about this question. I'm going to ask everybody here. Who is a player, doesn't have to be actually, let me rephrase it. Who is a player, coach, mascot? Okay, that's three criteria. Player, coach, mascot. Doesn't have to be from the Dodgers. Who is the players from a Giants fan's perspective? The players from a Giants fan's perspective that you love to hate. Go ahead and let me know in the YouTube chat, because we're going to do something fun here on the bracketology, because, hey, it's March Madness. Everybody got brackets. We're going to make one here, and then we'll break it down tomorrow as to, and I'll probably open it up to a vote. So if you guys are following me on Twitch, on Twitter/X, go ahead and follow me there if you're not doing it already, at Walleezy. That is WALLEEZZY on Twitter/X. I'm going to put up some polls with these matchups. We're going to go through. No, not for any sport. Baseball related to the Giants. From a Giants fan's perspective, who is the players that you love to hate? Got to keep Tommy Lasorda out of it, because he's the king. I mean, we know Tommy, God rest his soul. We know that he is the most hated of everybody. We know that. So this might be the Tommy Lasorda bracket challenge that we do. Tommy cannot be included in this conversation. Everybody outside of Tommy Lasorda, because we know that he is the king. He's going to win. Max Muncy, that is on here. I have my little paper. I don't know if you guys can see it. My little chicken scratch. I'll go through who I have, and you guys let me know. Jose Altuve. Wow, really? Jose Altuve I'll write it down, but you gotta give me a case, Pat H. Jose Altuve for what? From a Giants fan's perspective, because I am all for banging on the drums. You guys can't, or banging on the trash cans. You guys can't see it, but hold on. I can tilt this up a little bit. Let's tilt this up. You see that right there? Right. Hold on. I'm disoriented. Right there. That's Jose Altuve. So I don't got nothing against Jose Altuve. He and the Houston Astros stole some hardware from the Dodgers. I'm all for it. So you guys let me know. Pat H, give me other than the cheating scandal. John Fisher, yeah, you know what? John Fisher's a good John Shea. God damn, Ernie, you guys are going crazy. Okay, so this is who I have so far. Before you guys get carried away, I love the submissions already. Max Muncy is on my list. Let me go ahead, because it's a little dark in here. I'm gonna go turn on the lights so you guys just kind of meander about. I don't know if I have anything to play for you guys. You guys want to hear the open to practice squad? I can play that for you guys right now. Now, how many of you guys were listening to the practice squad with me and Derek? That was a fun 7 weeks until it didn't happen anymore. But all right, let me go ahead and turn on the video really quickly, or not the video. Let me go ahead and here I'll hit you guys with the intro while I turn on the lights. Give me 1 second.
Welcome to Passion for the Pastime, where baseball lives 24/7, 365. Catch conversations with beat writers, broadcasters, current and former players of all levels. Now here's your host,
Walter Ika Balsetta. Whoops, I fumbled. I got to get out of here.
Walter Ika Balsetta.
Let there be light. Hey-oh. All right, we're good to go. Thank you guys for being patient with me and getting the lights turned on. Okay, so I'm going to go through Carlos Rodon. That's an interesting selection, Otis. Let me go ahead and put that on there. I'm going to, so what we're going to do, it's a 16-team bracket, okay? It's a 16 selection bracket. I have names here, but I want to get your guys' input because I was trying to figure out who the hell is the who the hell's the 16th person, right? Because I think I got to like 14, and there was just a lot of honorable mentions or a lot of other guys that we can go to. So let me go through in no particular order. I'm gonna order this live on the podcast, and then we'll get on out of here and we'll get through the bracket tomorrow. Which again, if you guys follow me on Twitter, on X, I'm gonna throw out these competitions. Who do you hate more? And it's gonna be the one versus, however the bracket shapes out. I don't have the bracket in front of me, and I just can't fathom. I think the one would take on the 8. I think, right? The one would take on the 8. I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead. And no, the one would take on the 16, right? Isn't that how that works? I don't know. Anyways, I'm not great with brackets, but we'll figure this out. Blake Snell, that is a great addition there. So let's go ahead and get through some more of these players. You guys, Aaron who? Vlad Jr.? Oh, come on, Rockin'. now Rockin's just trying to piss me off. All right, Mike Yastrzemski? Jesus, Mike Val, what are you doing? He became a Dodger after leaving the Giants. Who? Blake Snell? Oh, yeah, Blake Snell. Yeah, for sure. Vlad Poop. Jesus. All right, you guys are going nuts. All right, so this is who I have so far. Let me know if I've missed anybody out. So I got Max Muncy, right? In no particular order, but this is number 1. Max Muncy. We have number 2, Matt Latos. We have number 3, Chase Utley. You guys liking these selections so far? Let me know in the YouTube chat. Number 4, Bryce Harper. That is another guy that is on this list. Number 5, Aaron Judge. Right? I mean, yeah, we gotta hate Aaron Judge. Ernie is with me on that one, so appreciate you, Ernie, for sure. Number 6, again, this is in no particular order. I'm going to go ahead and go 16-1 and rank these guys once I have a pool of 16. Yasiel Puig. All right? Did that piss everybody off just hearing that name? I know it pissed off R. Galvin, 100%. Yasiel Puig is on this list. AJ Pierzynski. Did that strike a chord for everybody? AJ Pierzynski. He is on this list. Jeff Kent. Jeff Kent on the list. Is that a yay? Is that a nay? Jeff Kent is on this list. Let me know in the YouTube chat. Manny Hollywood Ramirez is on this list. You guys like that one? You guys following so far? All right. I had Eric Burns on this list, but everybody shamed me for putting Eric Burns on the list. I know he grew up a Giants fan, but he torched the Giants every single time that the A's played. So that was on my initial list, but I took him off. Yeah, Rockin'. Oh, yeah, Pierzynski. Dude, hell yeah. No, not Kent. Really? You have a soft spot for Jeff Kent? All right. I'll note that in the vault, but he'll most likely be on this. He'll be on this list here. But I'll note it in the vault as far as his ranking. If you have some sympathy for Mr. Jeff Kent. AJ was Parkman for Major League too. Yeah, for sure. All right. So who else we got? Scott Spezio. That strike a nerve? That strike a chord for you guys? Scott Spezio is on this list. Matt Kemp is on this list. Farhan Zaidi is an honorable mention. He is an honorable mention. Same with Aubrey Huff. Honorable mentions. Farhan Zaidi, again, like Tommy Lasorda, would take over this bracket. Would 100% take over this bracket. Ernie Chavez, there's only one Hollywood I recognize. Hell yeah. All right, you guys are incredible. So that is, what number are we on? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Number 12, the freaking Rally Monkey. All right? Rally Monkey? We're all good with that? Rally Monkey? Oh, yeah. Rockin' just the damn Rally Monkey. Yes, you beat me to it. Otis Bird can't stand Scott Spezio. Yes, definitely the Rally Monkey for sure. Rally Monkey is on this list. That is number 12. Number 13, I put Dave Roberts. How are we feeling about Dave Roberts? I don't know. This is kind of where I got into the iffies part. And then this one selection, gotta shout out my guy who's doing trivia right now at where's he at? Lost Marbles? No, where's he doing the trivia at? My guy Tim Webb. That was a terrible shout out for Tim Webb. If you guys probably know where he's doing trivia at. Not Retro Junkie. That's out here in Concord. I forget where the hell Tim does his trivia. Does a great job though. Carlos Beltran. Okay, that's another guy. That is another guy that we could put in here for sure. But Tim gave me the rationale of it wasn't his fault that the Giants traded Zach Wheeler for him. I said yes, but he didn't embrace being a Giant. He hated being here. Like, we don't like him. All right, so that is number 13, Dave Roberts. Number 14, this was the selection by Mr. Trivia, Tim Webb. He said John Heyman. So this one goes off of that criteria. It goes off of the player, coach, and mascot. But that's a damn good selection. I'm gonna leave John Heyman in this list. So John Heyman is the bitter end. Yes, bitter end. Thank you, Danny Dunn. Danny Dunn, welcome to the show. I'm gonna get to some of his suggestions here as well. So that was number 14. For Mr. John Heyman. I think you guys love that one. Yeah, Rockin's chiming in. He definitely likes that one. All right, so number 14. Wait, hold on. Danny, I knew his cousin can't go there. Yeah, do we include Ange? Danny, give me a thumbs up. Do we include Ange on this list? I'll allow it if Danny Dunn allows it. Number 15, we have Paul Goldschmidt. No, you can't put Dieter Kurtenbach. Come on, that's my guy. Love me some Dieter. Number 15, Paul Goldschmidt. We all right with Paul Goldschmidt? We're good with that. And then number 16 and other mentions, we have Carlos Rodon. We have Scott Hairston. We have Armando Benitez. Scott Hairston and Armando Benitez was a Danny Dunn selection. So that is number 16. We got a Blake Snell in there. We have a Carlos Beltran. I think this is a great list. Is there anyone else that we've left out? Let me know, because there's a lot of hatred. We could pass out the hatred all we want here on the podcast. Harrison guy. What, Kyle Harrison? You talking about that? Yeah, I would put Goldschmidt on the list. Yeah, for sure. Mark Melanson. Oh, dude, yeah. Now we're gonna go Casey McGee. we're gonna go down that route. We're just gonna go on Giants that didn't perform and just came over here with just enormous hype for no reason. Casey McGee. We're gonna go there. All right. I think this list is pretty good, right? I think this list is pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and seed these guys now. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and seed these guys. Was Ohtani on the list? Ohtani was not on the list. Give me the reasoning for Ohtani, because I love me some Ohtani. I didn't. Damn, and Dan Ugla, that's a great call, Otis. Dan Ugla for what, his 7 games that he played for the Giants, incredible. Ruben Rivera, he was kind of more comic relief. Ruben Rivera. Shohei Ohtani, give me the reasoning for Shohei Ohtani. I'll consider it. I'll consider him being on here. I mean, obviously, he's kind of the reason that the Dodgers are in this predicament. They're winning World Series because he shows up. So maybe I just talked myself into putting Shohei Ohtani on this list. But are there other guys that are more worthy? Are there other guys more worthy than Shohei Ohtani to be on this list? I might go a Blake Snell and a Carlos Beltran over a Shohei Ohtani. He joined, they won, enough said. I hear you, Ernie. I hear you. I will consider it. I will consider it 100%. I'm going to go ahead and rank these guys from 16 to 1, okay? 16 to 1. Number 16, the Philly Fanatic. Yeah, that's a good selection too. Honorable mentions. A lot of honorable mentions here. Number 16. I will honor Ernie. I will honor Ernie Chavez, and I will go Shohei Ohtani at number 16. I will go Shohei Ohtani at number 16. I hear you. They showed up. They started winning. Ohtani is your number 16. Juan Soto? You know what? I don't know if there's a lot of hatred for Juan Soto. Was it just the 1 year that he was in San Diego for you, Lori? Is that where the hatred stems from? I don't think I'm going to include Juan Soto on this list, but that is interesting to note. That is definitely interesting to note. Chris Bryant, honorable mention. I like that one. Shohei Ohtani, number 16 seed. Number 15. Let me cross this off. Number 15. I'm going to go with I'm going to cross off Dave Roberts. I think we got enough selections here. Number 15. I am going to go with Scott Harrison. I'm going to go Scott Harrison as the number 15 seed. Let me write this out. Scott Harrison and his brother Jerry, for that matter. The Hairstons, just get rid of them. The Hairstons are on there. Boston Red Sox for giving away Mookie Betts. Yeah, another honorable mention. I like that one. All right, so number 14. This is gonna get very interesting. Number 14. I'm gonna go with Carlos Beltran. Oral Hershiser. Murph gave me an Oral Hershiser earlier this morning. I'm going to go with Carlos Beltran as the number 14 seed. Beltran. All right. We're good there. Carlos Beltran, Ohtani, and Scott Harrison. That is our selections so far. I'm going to go with number 13. Let's go with Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp is the number 13 seed here on this pool. Number 12, let's go with Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt, I think, pissed off everybody enough. He was just giving it to Tim Lincecum every single time. So Paul Goldschmidt is on this list, and he is the number 12 seed. Number 11. Now it's going to get interesting. Number 11 seed. Oh, Scott Harrison. I got to cross him off. Number 11, I'm going to go with... This is going to get tough. Let's go number 11, John Heyman. We'll go John Heyman on number 11, but I think that 11, that's a great value. He could definitely upset a couple of guys. All right, John Heyman is on this list. Crossed him off. Number 10, the top 10 of who you love to hate. I think we gotta go Manny Ramirez, right? I think we gotta go. Shit, I feel like let's go Jeff Kent. Let's go Jeff Kent because Rockin had some affection for Jeff Kent, so maybe he's not as high as I had originally anticipated. So Jeff Kent is there on number 10. He did talk shit about the Giants. Freaking jerseys. I mean, he called them cream colored. I mean, come on. I don't like him. Yeah, Lori, we're getting to Chase Utley. Don't worry. Number 9. Let's go with. Oh God, this is gonna get terrible. Number 9. I think number 9. I'll go with Aaron Judge. I'll go Aaron Judge at number 9. I think that's another value pick. But, there are those that say, hey, he was never going to come here. Clayton Kershaw, I love Clayton Kershaw. I'm going to say that here on the podcast. I don't give a damn. If Clayton Kershaw was on this Giants team, dude, I would be pulling for the freaking Hall of Fame for that guy. All right? I'm saying that 100%. Love to see. I'm with you there, Rockin'. I'm with you there. I love to see Kershaw fail. That was hilarious for all those years. But I don't think you love to hate Clayton Kershaw. I think everybody kind of has a little bit of a soft spot for Clayton Kershaw. I don't maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. My apologies if that's just me. All right, going into number 8, and let me make sure that I have enough guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness, we're not gonna have people on this list. We're not gonna have people on this list. Holy crap, this is gonna be intense. To final out this final 8 here. All right. I might have to take Ohtani off this list because there's a lot of guys on here. Number 8 is going to be Manny Ramirez. Manny Ramirez is your number 8 seed in this pool. Number 7 is going to be Oh, I think I crossed off. Okay. Aaron Judge is on this list. I think we might be good now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, we're still one. We're gonna leave one person off. I might have to move everybody down. Okay. Number 7. We're gonna go with AJ Przinsky. I'm gonna go AJ Przinsky at a number 17. How are we feeling about these projections here? You guys liking this seeding so far? How you guys feeling about that? Yeah, Mike Val. Kershaw never beat us. How can you hate him? Well, I mean, he did kick the Giants' ass. The Giants couldn't score like a run against him for 5 consecutive times. It was brutal against a Clayton Kershaw. Got to cross off Jung Lee so that everybody knows that we're doing bracketology. Okay, number 6. So we're getting into the nitty gritty here. Number 6. And I think I figured out a way to get to this without changing up anybody. Number 6 is going to be. Number 6 is going to be Matt Latos. Matt Latos, because we beat him, right? Talked a lot of shit, but we beat him. Matt Latos is number 6. Number 5 is going to be. Oh, God, this is tough. Number 5 is going to be Chase Utley. Oh, I feel like he should be higher than that. Chase Utley is your number 5. Number 4 is going to be. Number 4 is going to be the Rally Monkey. We'll go the Rally Monkey number 4. Oh God, no, the Rally Monkey should be higher than that too. Number 4 is the Rally Monkey. Number 3 is Bryce Harper. And you know what? Honorable mention, Rally Monkey / Scott Spezio, because I can't leave him off this list. Rally Monkey / Scott Spezio. All right. Let's see. Bryce Harper, number 3. Number 2. Yasiel Puig. It's got to be Yasiel Puig. 100%. Let me know how I'm doing on my rankings, by the way. This is just going right off the dome. And number 1, and these guys both of them, number 1 and number 2, go back to Madison Bumgarner. Number 1's Max Muncy, because he's still playing. He still pisses me off. I hate to look at him. Lasorda, this is the Lasorda bracket challenge, rockin'. Just to be clear, this is the Lasorda bracket challenge. He's not number 1. Well, he is number 1, but he is not on this list. All right, so we're gonna go through 16-1 on the Who You Love to Hate Tommy Lasorda bracket challenge here. So we're gonna go Shohei Ohtani at number 16. Number 15 is Scott Harrison. Number 14 is Carlos Beltran. Number 13 is Matt Kemp. Number 12 is Paul Goldschmidt. 11 is John Heyman. 10 is Jeff Kent. 9 is Aaron Judge. 8 is Manny Ramirez. 7 is AJ Przinsky. 6 is Matt Latos. 5 is Chase Utley. 4 is the Rally Monkey / Scott Spezio. 3 is Bryce Harper. 2 is Yasiel Puig. And number 1 is Max Muncy. How do you guys like those rankings? Let me know in the YouTube chat. That is going to be the bracket challenge. So again, if you guys missed it earlier, I'm going to put out these head-to-heads in the bracket. I thought I had it on my. You know what? I think I have it on my phone. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly before I get on out of here. Let me see here. Where did I send it? I don't remember where the hell I sent it. Let's see here. Let's look where I sent it. Where is it? Here it is. The bracket. So it is the 1. Yeah, it's the 1 against the 16. The 9 against the 8. Yeah, so it's a standard bracket of 16. So you guys can see it. There it is. That's gonna be the bracket. I'm gonna fill in the names, and we're gonna go a poll basis on on Twitter tomorrow. You guys are going to be able, again, follow me on Walleezy, WALLEEZZY. If you haven't, if you want to give your submissions via email, you can at passionforthepastime at gmail.com. You can go ahead and put your submissions in there. Again, the number 1, Max Muncy against the number 16, Shohei Ohtani. Number 2, Yasiel Puig against Scott Harrison in the first round. Bryce Harper against Carlos Beltran. Rally Monkey Scott Spezio against Matt Kemp. Chase Utley against Paul Goldschmidt. Wow, that's an interesting matchup. Matt Latos against John Heyman. I think John Heyman's gonna sneak around and be there for a couple of rounds. Matt Latos against John Heyman. AJ Przinsky, Jeff Kent, and Manny Ramirez against Aaron Judge. That is going to be the bracket. I will go ahead and post the bracket tonight on my Twitter. Go ahead and take a look at it. Think about your selections. You guys could even print it out and give me your and write it out like a bracket challenge. And then tomorrow morning, I'll start doing the selection process. We'll start it at 8 o'clock. We'll start it at 8 o'clock. I'll give you guys the bracketology. I'll give you guys the bracket, the matchup, so you guys can vote on it. Definitely who you love to hate from a Giants fan perspective. That is going to be what we're doing tomorrow night in honor of the madness of March Madness, which, well, I'll give you guys some of my picks as well for March Madness. Maybe. I don't know. I still haven't done my bracket yet. I don't know how many of you guys have done that bracket as well. But pretty good rankings. All right, Otis, I appreciate you. Ernie K, that makes sense for sure. Yeah, dude. What's cracking, Anthony? Good to see you in here, man, for sure. How do we decide who wins, though? Popular opinion? If I get enough votes, yeah, we'll definitely go with the popular vote. I'll probably see if KMBR can get me a retweet or whatnot. But yeah, if we get enough votes on who you love to hate on Twitter and any submissions via the Passion for the Pastime email, again, passionforthepastime at gmail.com. Go ahead and hit me up on there. But yes, I will take into popular opinion into account if we have enough. Definitely going to be doing that. Hey, man, just discovered you. Hell yeah, it's your boy OG. Damn, I can't read all that. Catman return. What's up, OG? Good to see you in here, man. Welcome to the Passion for the Pastime podcast. Again, if this is your first time, we're doing a lot of fun things here. We just went through the bracketology of who you love to hate. We did a ranking of 1 to 16. So definitely go ahead and hit us up. What happened to you on weekend pregame? Yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Oh, OG, I remember you, bro. What's up, dude? Yeah. The name resonated a little bit. I was like, oh, dude, OG. I kind of remember this person. Now I remember it. Yeah, you're part of the weekend's the pregame fam, dude. No, thank you for finding me on YouTube. Not doing it this year, man. Not doing it this year. Decisions beyond me. I would love to do it, but we're going to keep doing this here during the week and select times on the weekend as well. Definitely what's going on with the Giants. We're going to be here Monday through Friday. We're going to switch that up when we get into the regular season. We're still working on the schedule, but it's going to be a pregame for the most part, and then on select days and select series, we're going to be doing some weekend, or not weekend, but we're going to be doing some post-game shows as well. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But yeah, we start every night here during the week for sure. At 6 o'clock, we're gonna be out here, OG. So yeah, definitely hit the notifications, set your timers, whatever you need to do. We're out here every weekday at 6 o'clock. It's going to adjust a little bit earlier. We're gonna go during the regular season. We're gonna start at 5:30 to get you ready for the Giants game leading into their select games. And obviously, if they have day games, then we're going to be doing a post-game show on those select days. So we'll be out here. OG, thank you for finding me, man. Really appreciate you. You're Elliot Ramos, remember? yeah, dude. Yeah, Raph is Patrick Bailey. I'm Elliot Ramos. Hell yeah, dude. No, appreciate you for finding me, man. Yeah, we're not doing the weekend shows on KMBR. That is a bummer. I love doing that. I love the community that we build there over the weekend. So OG, let the guys know, let the family know that, you know, if they're missing some Walter, this is where to find them. This is where to find me, Passion for the Pastime, on YouTube. Again, we're doing this Monday through Friday. We're starting right now, 6 o'clock, until the regular season starts. Then we'll go a little bit earlier at 5:30. So we'll be out here for sure. So you guys have a good one. This is going to be a fun time. OG, thank you for stopping by. And remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and set those notifications. You'll get a little ping on your phone, on your device, wherever you're watching. Definitely you'll be able to catch some of this stuff during the regular season. And yeah, dude, yeah, I love doing the weekends too. But here we are. We're here during the regular season. We're gonna be here during the week. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot. No, it's not. It's not a Mike Holler thing. It's not a Mike Holler thing. I will defend Mike to the death on that. It's not a Mike Holler thing at all. So you guys really appreciate it. OG. Remember, like I said, dude, tell the family. Tell everybody on the weekend shows if they're missing some Walter. If you guys are wondering where I'm at, this is where I am. Still working at KMBR. Still working there. I'm still doing my thing with Papa and Silver. Which, by the way, if you guys want to catch me tomorrow, we're gonna be doing the Walter Wednesday whip around. I still haven't decided what the hell we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna whip it out on a Wednesday with Papa and Silver. We'll be doing that tomorrow. Not sure what time. Usually it's around 11:50, but we'll have to see what the guest list is for sure. So you guys, really appreciate you. OG, Mike, Val, rockin' New Era, everybody else, Otis in here, R. Galvin for sure. Yeah, I know R. Galvin doesn't like Carlos Beltran. I definitely know that for sure. But rockin' New Era, Mike, Val, Ernie, Otis, everybody. Anthony coming in here a little bit late, but appreciate you stopping by, man. For sure. Tomorrow, again, just track back the last 15-20 minutes. We went through the Who You Love to Hate Tommy Lasorda bracket challenge here, 1 through 16. We're gonna break it down tomorrow and who ends up winning Who You Love to Hate. I think it could get a little interesting. Could get a little interesting when we get to the final four, 100%. So you guys have a good one. Really appreciate you guys, everybody, for stopping by. Again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, set your notifications, let your friends know, let your family know, let everybody know Passion for the Pastime is where it's at. We'll be here again tomorrow at 6 o'clock for your Giants updates, for your Giants news, and hopefully we get some better news as we get into the weekend with Jung Lee. So you guys have a good one, be safe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.